okay, okay, okay. We're trying to establish the stream. I'm waiting for the live video to come up. All right. We're waiting for our live video to establish. Here we are. We're going live. And today, this is, well, I need to add a title. It's Eddie Rocks, the live stream 3. All right. All right, so we are going live, and right now you should be probably seeing a still screen, I guess. And we're waiting for all this to establish. And great, it looks like we are there. All right, all right, awesome. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Eddie Rocks, the live stream. All right, here we are today at the Rahx Production Studios. You know, this is where we make all the magic happen right here at Rahx Productions. My name is Eddie Rocks, and today it is kind of a gloomy day. Let's take a look at the traffic cam. As you can see, it has been raining. It's a little sunny now, but it has managed to fog up the window, and it looks like there's a small bug right in the middle, but plenty of traffic. I hope they're going the speed limit because it's a wet and rainy day. That's right, wet and rainy here in Savannah, Georgia, and it's going to continue. Let's take a look at the weather radar. Here we are at the AccuWeather radar. This is showing you the storms coming towards us now. They have moved off, but they are creeping towards us here in Savannah, Georgia. And about looks like about 1 o'clock, we're going to have some more weather. So how exciting is that? Which means it could be a very dangerous day on my favorite road, the Truman Parkway. So if you're on the Truman Parkway today, please obey the speed limit. It is your friend. Your friend, the speed limit today could save your life on the Truman Parkways. Please be very careful out there as the roads are wet. And please don't throw any litter out your car. That is a very bad thing. And we're trying to encourage everyone to not litter. You know, there's a big campaign called Keep Savannah Clean. And somebody who's put a lot of work into that, as I understand, is Greg Parker, who runs the Parker Convenience Stores. And Greg Parker's been working to help get the message out to keep Savannah clean. So don't litter. And if you do see litter, pick it up, please, and put it in a trash receptacle. Remember, wherever you're going in the car, there is going to be a trash receptacle when you get there. And if you can't wait till you get to the trash receptacle, you can always pull over at most any filling station. And they normally have a garbage can right by the pumps. And I'm sure they would appreciate if you threw something in the can there instead of just throwing it out on the ground in the parking lot. So today we were going to have a special guest from Hawaii, but we're going to wait until Monday. Our special guest will be here Monday. His name is John Miller. And he is working to elected office in Hawaii. And there's a little bit of his campaign by the road. And, you know, really, John is a super guy. He is somebody who has ethics, has morals. I mean, he's a man of God. So that's the kind of people we need in office, people with some kind of moral compass. Because today, it's hard to say with our elected officials who really has any clear ethics and morality. We hope to get good people, but you know, you get what you get in the political arena. And so tune in Monday. So Monday at noon, right here at noon. You know, it's right now a little afternoon here in Savannah, Georgia, and that would make it 6 a.m. in Hawaii. So he's going to be up bright and early, and but he was feeling a little under the weather today, and I have to confess, I didn't get a lot of good sleep either. As you know, some time ago, just on September 20th, in fact, I lost my best friend, Shane. Shane is was just a wonderful man. He was so intelligent. I tell you what, he could do math problems I couldn't even fathom. I mean, just reading his math problems were it would make my head explode. So actually, doing the work would be beyond me completely. But he was so smart, and I really miss him. And grieving has done a lot of things to me. I have a hard time sleeping anymore, and I'm trying to do that now without drugs. And so I think it's aging me quickly. You can see it in my eyes. I'm just like tired, and hopefully tonight I'll get some better sleep. But I might try to take a nap this afternoon, a little COVID nap. I started napping during the COVID shutdown, and the COVID shutdown is affecting different places different ways. And Monday, we're going to learn a little bit about how it's affecting Hawaii, because I think it's really changing up how they're going to be voting in Hawaii. And as you know, a lot of places, but especially there, as I understand. But we're going to find out more about that from John Miller on Monday. So tune in Monday at 12, and let's hear from the man himself out in beautiful Oahu. That's the island he's on. And he's in a little town called Wahiawa, which is just outside of the military base, the Army base, and Schofield Barracks is what that is called. And he is right there. So the inclement weather is terrible. The sleeping is not going well. And poor John couldn't sleep either, he said. So that's just terrible. And a lot of times I find when I come up to do a special video project, sometimes, especially if it's anything dealing with the Lord, I experience what I would call spiritual warfare. And spiritual warfare is a real thing. In the Bible, it says that we don't just fight people, we fight in a realm that's beyond this earthly existence. And it comes on you in different manifestations. And it could be some kind of illness, but there's many ways it can manifest. And I can't explain all of spiritual warfare to you, but you know where the answer is. It's in the Bible. And there's a way to learn about that. My friends Bobby and Tony Lee have actually written this little book about spiritual warfare. It's a Bible study, and it will direct you all through the Bible of how to fight spiritual warfare. So please check that out if you want. That's at dailydisciples.com. Yesterday was just a weird day for me, I guess. Just so much going through my head. And I did get a little bit of video work done, which is always good. And we have some fun stuff going on around here. I have a vegetable garden, and my cousin is helping me. Pretty much, he's doing most of the gardening anymore. I've been staying busy outside of that. But it's always nice to get out there and check it out. Beautiful. We're going to be eating some salad from that garden very soon, and I'm excited. What else is going on in Savannah? You know, I really don't know. I don't have the regular television anymore. We could go to a website and see what's going on. What do they have to say out there? Let's see. If I go to WSAV, they're talking about football. Well, that's exciting. And, well, there it is. 2 girls shot at Savannah Park during attempted armed robbery. Oh, my goodness. That's terrible. Let's look at that. This says that police say 12-year-old girls were shot in Savannah Friday by suspects in an attempted armed robbery. According to the Savannah Police Department, the girls were reportedly with their family member, an adult, at the park at 3900 block of Boyd Street when 2 unknown suspects attempted to rob them. The incident resulted in 1 suspect firing shots, striking the 12-year-olds. That's terrible. The adult, who the suspects were apparently robbing, was not injured. SPD says the suspects are described as black males in their late teens. Both are reported to have worn dark clothing during the incident. The girls were taken to a local hospital. Their injuries are non-life-threatening, according to police. Anyone with information on the incident can call the SPD crime tip line at 912-525-3124. Well, that's shocking. I don't know. I hadn't even heard of that. Like I said, I don't even watch the local news. Maybe this is why there's not any kind of great information. I mean, it's all kind of depressing sometimes. Except for the football stuff, that must be fun. You know, I was watching my. I get up every morning. I like to see where the peaceful protests are, and this morning I found that Bevelyn Beatty had put up two more videos regarding her peaceful protest yesterday at an abortion clinic, and it was great. She had the second video. Some pro-abortion people came out, and so they were just talking to them, and it's quite an amazing thing to watch. Bevelyn Beatty is and her friend Edme. They are they are protesters. They know how to deliver the goods, and it's talking. They're not throwing bricks. They're not burning down buildings, but they're telling the truth from a sidewalk. And they had a megaphone, and the neighbors complained that they had a megaphone, and so they called the police on them. And Bevelyn Beatty was saying, "Arrest the abortionists! Arrest the abortionists!" And these police, I guess, I don't know if they gave him a ticket in the end. I didn't see that in the video, but they were saying they were breaking a sound ordinance, and Bevelyn's like, then you do what you got to do and write me up for the sound ordinance. But the neighbors back there, how horrible to live next door to some kind of murder factory. That's crazy. I would hate to live next door to something like that. And she was telling the neighbors, if you don't like this, you need to move away from this place or get that place out of your neighborhood. That'd be the optimal thing to do. But that's crazy, huh? I'm looking through WTOC. It says Savannah City Council members are working with ex-convicts to reduce violence. Well, that's good. I know there was a bad wreck. I tell you, we got to be careful about this driving. Driving around here is getting worse and worse sometimes. I'm wondering, what are we going to do? But if you know a lot about driving, please share it with a friend. Of course, all the COVID-19 stuff. Just weird. Anyway, so if you're out there, please be careful on the road, and don't forget to tune in this Monday for John Miller. I can't wait to have that conversation. Saturday and Sundays, I probably won't be broadcasting every weekend. I was thinking just doing it on the weekdays, Monday through Friday. But we'll see. Since I just started and it was on a Thursday, I decided to go ahead through the weekend. And so I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll try to find out some more interesting stuff for you, and talk about something interesting if we can get a phone call. There is, if you want to call right now, you could. I could, here, I'll put up the number. It is 912-308-1927. You could call me right now, and we could have a conversation about what's on your mind. Because all I got on my mind is I got no sleep. I tell you what, I have a friend named Tommy Holland who experiences that often. He often complains about bad sleep. And is it something in the air? Something going on? Is it spiritual warfare? I can't say. And I was looking for one of those foam covers for the microphone, and I went to the Ben Portman's music store right here in Savannah, our local music store. And Ben Portman's is great, but they don't have them because the supply chain is interrupted even for those foam covers for the microphone. And I'm thinking, how crazy is that? I look at all kinds of goods for video equipment, always trying to find a deal. And when you look through, I'm at B&H now, and so many things are just out. If we go in here, just The first camcorder they have one camcorder. Then the next one, request a stock alert. I mean, they're out. Request a stock alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it's just 9, 10, 11, 12 on this list. They're just 13, 14. You go on down, and all of these are sold out. So I guess we're going to be expecting more video from people, or I guess it could be just this interruption in supply lines, because they don't have they don't have green screens. I was looking for a pop-up green screen because, I have a big green screen that I can set up. I have a smaller green screen on a wall. And then I was looking for something that I could put behind me here. And then I could use the camera on the Mac and then put me in some kind of virtual world with a background over here. And you wouldn't see my disarray on the shelves over here. I have shelves with all kinds of equipment, like cords mostly. And cord management is just, you can see all the cords up here. It's hard to find the right cord at the right time sometimes. And I try to put them where I can see them so you can identify the cord. But if you work with audio or video, you know what I'm talking about. It's cord management is crazy. I have bins. I have them on the wall. And but even cords, sometimes they're hard to find. Adapters. Well, I ordered recently this little switcher. I had to wait for that. It's amazing. Just got to get a stock alert when they get it. And I guess that's still going on in the grocery stores a little bit. If you want to call in and, is that got a blue thing around it? I don't know. I don't know what you're seeing. I hope you're seeing the phone number. It's 912-308-1927. If you want to give me a call, go ahead and call me, and we can talk about what's going on in this world and in Savannah in general. That's always, that's where we are. And I was going through the grocery stores, and it seems like most everything is back. It's interesting, the Kroger down on the islands, what do you call it? The Diamond Causeway, the one right there at the intersection. They rearranged everything just to throw me off. I don't know. I guess grocery stores do that periodically. And yeah, I went shopping the other day, and I was going up and down every aisle because they moved everything around on me. But that's okay. At least they have plenty of food in stock, and it looks like all the toilet paper's back, which is great. I know they were manufacturing a lot of medical equipment and masks and things like that. I'm sure you can get masks relatively easy. I mean, that seems to be the new normal. Oh, I hate to use the term the new normal. You hear it all the time. But I wish we could go back to the before times when everything was thriving and people weren't just dying. I mean, this has been a terrible year. 2020 is going to be the worst year ever. I mean, maybe some people are doing really good. Maybe the people at Apple and Google and all the other big tech companies, maybe they're doing great because people are stuck home and they have to live virtually through the internet, watching movies at home. My favorite movie, or the one that I have been wanting to see from my favorite book, Dune, by Frank Herbert, is postponed an entire year until October of 2021. If you haven't read Dune, I love that book. And it's actually a 6-book series by Frank Herbert. Go check him out. And then I guess he wasn't quite finished when he passed away, which I think was 1987. Somewhere in there, he passed away. And they were expecting another book. Like it was left maybe on a little bit of a cliffhanger. But in that world, you'd think it could just go on and on forever. I mean, that's how life is. It doesn't just end. And in his book, he had left notes for like the next book he was going to write. And his son and a co-author were able to write 2 more chapters to wrap it up. So there's 2 more books there. But really, really good books and very, very thought-provoking. That's what I say about these books. They really open your mind to a different way of thinking. Perhaps you already think like that, but it was interesting for me because there's supposed to be 20,000 years in the future it starts, and of course everything's different. You know, you hear about possibly this ancient culture that is so ancient here on Earth that nobody knows anything about it, and I believe that if there was a culture 10,000 years ago, imagine that. How would we know anything about them? We have hard time reading some of the languages that are only 2,000 years old. I'm not sure. I like the Mayan language was really hard for them to get a hold of, and I'm not sure how much of that they can actually read from the Mayan people. And that wasn't 10,000 years ago. Think of that. 10,000 years ago, Rome, was just 1,500 years ago. Jesus, 2,000 years ago. They say, the Egyptian culture was thriving 5,000 years ago. But go back beyond that another 5,000 to 10,000 years ago. They find these megalithic blocks that are just impossible, that Stone Age people could not manipulate. It just seems impossible. So who knows what that was about? But maybe one day we're going to learn more about that, because the story of history seems to change as we go forward, and not just because people are rewriting the recent history, but because the archaeologists discover newer with newer equipment, they can discover more and more about the past. I know they're looking underneath the Sahara Desert, which is really interesting. But they have satellite technology that has revealed maybe places where they should go excavate, and that is exciting. I like to see what's under there. Just going back to the radar real quick. There's the weather radar, and I'll take off my phone number, and it's coming. It's coming. It says like 1:15. I guess it's let's see, right around 1 o'clock. It looks like, but that would be crazy, huh? More rain. So that's what we got today. A nice rainy day. It'd be a good day to read a book. So, again, on Monday, we're going to have John Miller. John will be here to talk about his campaign in Hawaii and tell us about the changes in voting there. If you'd like to give to his campaign, look at that. You got www.votemiller46.com. Go to that website, maybe make a donation, or wait till you hear from him. You might want to learn more about him in person, because he will be here. What we're going to do is a FaceTime call, so that'll be great. He'll do FaceTime, and you'll be able to see him, and I'll do a little picture-in-picture. So I'll be in the corner, and I'm excited. That's going to be really great. Let's try picture-in-picture. I haven't done that to this moment, so let's go to picture-in-picture. If I go back to the radar, and then I go picture-in-picture, oh, there I am. Look at me. Can I move me? Oh, no. I can move everything, but I can't move me. Well, that's great. How fun is that? We'll do picture-in-picture, and we'll have live with John Miller here. And let me turn that off. Go back to where we were. And so that's all I've got for you today. Nothing really much. I'm sorry to hear about this shooting. There's far too many shootings out there in this town and all around the country. So, people, let's try. I don't know. It sounds like they were doing a robbery, and that's the kind of thing that happens when everything's shut down. People don't have a job to go to. They can't get a job. The economy crashes. Then people are desperate for money, and so they will do almost anything. So it's really important that we get the economy back on track. You know it, I know it, and it's not just for us, but for everybody. Everybody would have a better life if we had a thriving economy. So let's pray for that. In the meantime, this is Eddie Rahx. I'm going to say, have a great day. Enjoy the rain and here in Savannah. And if you can, read that book, Dune, by Frank Herbert.